Hello, I am Grace Abunike, a law student who is passionate about documentary photography.
Hi guys, my name is Chigozie Uba, an engineering undergrad from the University of Lagos, and I'm interested in energy.
Uchenna Ezipwe, electrical engineering student at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
So we're the 2022 cohort of the Bridge program, and yesterday we had an interesting session by Nivi Jaswal. It was titled The Future of Food, Health and Work. And for me, it was so surprising because I've never thought about that topic. And what really stood out for me is the fact where she was describing the harm cattle have on our ecosystem. In Nigeria, it's like the cattle are everywhere, and I would not believe that something like this, they were actually doing more harm to us than good. How about you? What stood out for you?
For me, I guess it was learning that taking a lot of milk exposes me to the risk of cancer and diabetes, right? Growing up as kids, I took a lot of milk because my mom believed that it's calcium, strong bones, and everything. But that session yesterday was eye-opening and game-changing for me. And after this session, I actually did a bit of research on the topic to understand better.
Yeah, so I actually shared the exact same thing that Uchi just said. But in addition to that, previously I knew that cattle, large-scale rearing of animals, was actually a significant contributor to climate change. But I didn't exactly understand the scale at which that affected us, particularly in Nigeria. So the session was quite enlightening in the sense that it actually exposed me to those figures and made me understand how deep an effect large-scale cattle rearing actually has on the climate budgets of Nigeria. So that was actually quite interesting and surprising for me too.
Oh, that's very nice. How would you describe the session in 3 words?
Okay, interesting. So in 3 words, I would say that it was very enlightening because I was exposed to a lot of things. It was also quite emotional because there was a particular parts of the session where we had to do some kind of reflection. Yeah. So that made me quite emotional as well. And the third was quite impactful. So impactful, enlightening, emotional, impactful.
Nice. Then Grace, how would you describe the speaker, in 3 words also?
Okay, I would say, first of all, she was great. The approach she used to deliver the content was really mind-blowing. From her slides and everything, they were really mind-blowing. And I would like to say she's spiritual. For her to have taken us through the journey. Most times I'm okay, just our grandparents. Those are but for her to take us back to our roots, that's something that requires a lot of spirituality. Meditation is still a part of spirituality. Then I would say she was creative. Her delivery and everything top notch. She's somebody I would love to sit under again to learn from.
Nice. For me, I would say she was very pleasant. She smiled a lot, and that made it very heartwarming and very interesting to listen to. And she was beautiful to watch.
Okay, so the lessons that we learned yesterday, they were actually quite deep. But moving forward after the program, how exactly do you think that you guys are going to be able to apply the lessons we learned in your future careers or in your fields of study?
Okay, I think for me, I would just say follow your intuition. There was a time she asked us to write on the seas, the different seas that makes us human beings. Yeah. And then I wrote on create. I didn't even know that I had so much depth inside of me. So I feel if I'm able to have that level of focus to carry out this project, if I'm able to bring it into following my mind, just doing things, then I feel at the end of the day, I'm really, really going to go for. And the thing is that most times, for me, I know what I want to do, but then the voices from outside and all that, and then I'm my own intuition is lost in the process. Yeah. So I think that is something. So now I just have to go back, probably carry out that exercise, but it may not come in the form of the creed and everything, maybe career-wise. Then I just pour out my heart and then just do it for me. Yeah.
I agree with you, Grace, actually, because in the Nigerian educational sector, just whatever they give to you, regurgitate it out. But this session enabled us to have critical thinking, think about our career, but also give us the freedom, right, to understand that you can do whatever you want to do. And that was very, very, very nice to hear.
Interesting. So I actually shared the exact same thing. But then moving forward though, what particular part of the session do you think that you'd have liked to spend a lot more time on?
For me, it was the planetary effect of rearing cows, right? Like you said earlier, and she also said, I had no idea that they were a massive nuisance to the planet, right? So if we had more time, I would have liked to delve into that. So I think this would have been a very interesting session to have more in-depth knowledge on for petroleum engineering students and for electrical engineering students as well.
Makes sense.
Okay, so for me, I think where we had to reflect on the differences, because of like no time, we had to just pick one. Yeah. I feel like I would have loved to actually reflect on my country, my career, and like all the C's to be able to, just reflect basically, and so that I would understand what makes me me. Yes.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Very nice to have this discussion with you guys. It was super helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.